Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Elisha. I've been seeing this video go around lately. It's like blank and pregnant, how I told my parents. So I wanted to do my take on it and explain how I told my parents, how I felt and all that. So I was 18 and pregnant in college. I was not back at home. As you know, I live in Hawaii on Oahu. I got pregnant while I was in Colorado. I went to Colorado Mesa University for just 1 year because I got pregnant, and obviously it was not a planned pregnancy. My boyfriend and I were not trying. We were not trying to make a baby, but it happened. I found out on January 5th, 2013. Yes, because I graduated 2012, so I found out on 2013. And so I was 18. I found out when we were back at home for our winter break. The first person I did tell was my boyfriend, obviously. No, he was not the first person I told. Actually, I told one of my friends first because she was the first one that was around, and she was the one who actually took me to get the pregnancy test. Then I told my boyfriend. But I was freaking out. Like, how I felt when I seen the word pregnant was, I felt like my body was on fire and I was about to explode, and I was like a volcano ready to erupt. Like, I don't know, I was freaking out. I was like burning hot. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was in my dad's bathroom. That's where I took it, and I was freaking the heck out. Like, I did not know what to do. The first thing that came to my mind was, my dad is gonna kill me. Like, that's how I felt. I felt that I was gonna be more scared telling my dad than telling my mom. I don't know why. I just, like, because, you know, dads are more scarier, so I thought my dad was gonna take it really wrong and be really disappointed and mad at me. And because I was still in college, like fresh out of high school, I just started college. So I decided to tell my dad first because I thought maybe getting over with the hard person was gonna be easier. So I told my dad first. So how did I tell him? I remember I was laying in bed and I told him that I had to tell him something, and I was in my bed. And then he was like, what? Like, he was just like, what do you have to tell me? And then I remember I told him something like, don't be mad at me or something. And then I just started crying. And then he looked at me. He was like, are you pregnant? And then, like, a part of me wanted to shake my head, but then I nodded my head and nothing came out of my mouth. Just tears came rolling down my face. And I was freaking out, like, oh my god, what's my dad gonna do to me? And then I just remember my dad grabbed me. And my dad is not one to be lovey-dovey. So when he grabbed me and he told me that everything was gonna be okay and that he was always gonna be there for me, I started crying more because I didn't expect that from my dad, just because you don't want to disappoint your parents, but me more so my dad, just because he is like the scary one that I was afraid of to tell him that, just because he's my dad. But to know that he said that he'll be there for me, and he said no matter what he'll like, basically he'll have my back, made me feel really relieved. Like, I didn't expect that from my dad. So when he told me that, I was like, oh my gosh, okay. And then I already had ultrasound pictures because I went to a couple of doctor's appointments before I wanted to tell my parents, because I wanted to make sure I was really pregnant before telling my parents I'm pregnant and then I'm not even pregnant, and then going through all that drama if there was drama. So I did have ultrasound pictures. I showed him. He was smiling, you know. I don't know if he was necessarily happy for me, like, oh yes, I'm gonna be a grandpa, my daughter is pregnant. I don't know, but I know that he was supportive, that he told me he'll be there for me and that he loved me. So I thought, oh yes, the hard part is out of the way. So I thought it was gonna be easy breezy telling my mom. Sorry mom, because I know my mom watches me. But when I told my mom was pissed. She was pissed. I thought my dad would have been the pissed one, but she was the pissed one. Okay, she was really upset with me that after I told her, she didn't talk to me for like the rest of the day. She was really mad. I feel like she was angry. I don't know if that's the right word. Maybe I should ask my mom how she really felt now, because it is like years later. But at the time, she was pissed. She was pissed. She didn't want to talk to me. I felt like she was done with me. She didn't talk to me anymore for the rest of the day. But then after that, the next day, when I guess she thought about it and then she decided that she was going to be a happy grandma, she looked at my ultrasound picture and then she posted it and she shared it with social media. So that's all I remember for that. My mom was pissed and then she was happy. Mom, she was crazy. She was very mad. But yeah, that's the story on how I found out I was pregnant, how I told my parents, and how I told, I guess I'll have another video separately on how I told my boyfriend I was pregnant each times. But sadly, I did not carry all the way through for that pregnancy. I ended up miscarrying at 12 weeks when I was in Colorado, and that was really, really hard for me because I had no family. But I think I'm just gonna do a separate video on that, about how that went. And then I also have a video about my rainbow child story. I'll have the link below, but I think I'm gonna make a new video because that video was kind of a while ago, and I feel like maybe I missed out on some main points or some important details, so I'm gonna redo that video. But I have the link below to the first one down below. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.